There is an indefinable, mysterious power that pervades everything. I feel it, though I do not see it.
Nearly 80 years have passed by since the assassination of Mahatma Gandhi. Through the dust and din of time, how do we perceive a man who literally brought the British Empire to its knees? It's a changed world. Colonialism in its proverbial understanding is no more present. So, how does the developing world view the role of Mahatma Gandhi? Not just the developing world. How do developed countries like the US, Canada, Europe, how do they perceive him, especially in these times when they're facing their own economic, social turmoil? To speak with me on these issues, the relevance of the Mahatma in modern times, I'm joined from New Delhi by Mr. Annamalai, who is the director of the National Gandhi Museum.
The world with violence. Gandhi's legacy should be non-violence. When he fought against the racial discrimination in South Africa, he invented a new technique to resolve the conflict. This is what he called satyagraha, holding on the truth. So the fighting for injustice is not fighting for us. It is a fight for the justice and the fight for realizing the truth. Therefore, his life mission was to have and to establish the truth. Maybe I am wrong and you may be wrong. So all together, we have to find out the truth.
Truth.
Therefore, yeah, therefore he said, you have to be very calm, quiet, non-violent, and also respect opponent. Because we don't know who is right.
But Gandhi's nonviolence brought about the wrath of the establishment. They used to get violent in their crackdowns. What would you say to the present day masses who are facing somewhat a similar situation? They mobilize themselves to take on governments on a certain agenda, which they feel is justified, and there is usage of inappropriate force by the police or the government to break up peaceful demonstrations.
See, it's a common factor. If any authority wanted to establish their own authority, they have to go. Therefore, we should also be ready to face the suppression non-violently, because authorities always going for violent suppression. If you are also going on the same way, it is very, very easy to suppress you. You have to take a weapon which the government or authority should not have. It's like truth, justice, and oppression. Therefore, Gandhi suggested that even a democratic government, not necessarily authoritative government, even democratic government, which goes against the wishes of the people, then people has to raise their level and oppose the government to establish the justice.
So, where do you see the world moving? Because we are seeing that more and more. How would the masses protect themselves and protect their rights when the government is, there's a limit to how much people can tolerate in today's world. So, do you think it will be this kind of a movement to be successful only if there is a lot of patience from the masses? What is required?
Definitely, see, for violent war, we are spending crores and crores of rupees. How much our defense allotment of each country. At the same time, how much we are spending for establishing peace and training for non-violent actions. It's very, very nominal. Therefore, the people's movement should concentrate on finding out ways and means to train our youngsters to oppose any injustice, any domination.
Where do you see the role of the justice system? Because Gandhi was a lawyer, he could present himself really well in the courts when he was arrested. However, justice today is the most expensive of fundamental rights in a democracy. It's become so expensive. How would the masses circumvent this, this wall that they have against being heard, even in a court of law?
Court of law is the place where we have to establish justice. Okay, when he did satyagraha and when he introduced civil disobedience, because that law is against the justice. Therefore, we have to take this unjust law to the place where that law should be discussed. Therefore, he take it to the court that this law is unjust, this law is unconstitutional. So there you can get relief. Therefore, he did civil disobedience. He went to the court. He wanted to establish the justice. If the government was blind and the judiciary is blind, then he was ready to suffer. He did it.
So, in your words, I find a lot of meaning because you're trying to say, in a very subtle fashion, that governments need to look at their own laws and need to reflect on themselves. And this can happen when that injustice of the law, of their laws, is exposed in a court of law, right? So that's what he did.
We have to expose. We have to expose that law is unjust in the court of law.
How I was doing some reading about Mahatma Gandhi, and I was a bit disturbed to find that his legacy is getting manipulated. There's a certain negativity attached to his name as far as the Black community or the African community is concerned. There's a certain misrepresentation. How, like in Ghana, there was this vandalism of the statue. How do you combat this kind of ideological hatred?
It is very unfortunate. The man who worked for the abolition of domination of any community was misunderstood. And they did some damage to the statue. But one thing they should also understand, Gandhi cannot be killed or Gandhi cannot be removed. He is a living example of justice and truth. Yes, at that time, Gandhi himself explained everything. We need not explain. Gandhi himself explained how much he was worked with the blacks when he was in South Africa. The Natal Indian Congress was started by Gandhi in 1896. But the African National Congress also inspired by the Natal Indian Congress, and they started for their own community. Gandhi again and again said, even in Vaikam Satyagraha, the Satyagraha should be undertaken by the people who are affected. We should not we should not engage the people from the outside. Therefore, he started his Satyagraha for Indians, but at the same time, he is not against the blacks in South Africa. But blacks were also influenced by Mahatma Gandhi. And he started. They started Even in Indian opinion, he published the article and the news item, which is very relevant for the African nationalism. Therefore, he was not at all against. And Dubey was living nearby. Now people wanted to damage Gandhi's name. Therefore, they are taking the steps when he visited first in 1893, 1896. After that, he has changed the course, and in 1948, he was inspired by the many people. Many
Yeah.
people.
Sorry,
Yeah,
go.
yeah. No, no, no. Okay.
So, as I see Gandhi, correct me if I'm wrong, his movement was also against economic injustices in India. And how I see the world today is the same. We are fighting against economic injustice, even in a developed country. Like I'm a Canadian citizen, I see the gap between the haves and the have-nots. So it's the same fight, but the methods, but there is no movement. There is no um, nothing is changing.
Development model we are following is the result of our capitalistic ideology. So, in the capitalistic ideology and philosophy, the haves and have nots bound to be there. Therefore, he suggested the philosophy of Sarvodaya, the welfare of all. The simple living and high thinking are the basis for that should be the guiding force for our development agenda. We have very limited resources, and with that limited resources, unlimited development is not at all possible. Therefore, we have to limit our growth, and we should assure that benefits of the development should also reach to the common people, the marginalized.
But Mr. Annamalai, Gandhiji was also against mass production. And in a world where we are trillions, not even millions or billions, but trillions and growing, do you think his economic model is still relevant?
Yeah. You
Production.
see, for example, he was he was against mass production, but he was in favor of production by masses. So, if you take that philosophy as production by masses, it will automatically taken care of the production distribution. Because here the problem in capitalistic economy is the distribution part. The benefits of the development is going to one side. But if it is a decentralized economy, production by masses, then automatically the distribution will take care of the equal distribution of the benefits of the development.
I see that happening to a very small extent in the US, where there's this cry for national production, home production. Do you think it's going to survive the power of the capitalists who may like to spread out production to low cost production areas like India or China? Do you think that it will be possible? How
It should be. It should be. It should be because in the capitalistic countries, the consumeristic culture is increasing day by day, and people are tempted to buy their products because they are brainwashing that by purchasing these products, you can be very happy, you can be very comfortable, you can enjoy your life. But the happiness is the our mindset. Therefore, if you are limits our wants, that's why I said simple living. If we our voluntarily limits our wants, then the consumption will not be so high, and we have to have a concern for the poor people. We should assure ourselves that whatever products we are going to buy should benefit the poor people. Okay, for technology, for example, the imported technology or imported materials mostly on the beauty uh, products. Beauty is not by putting the powder on your face. Beauty should come within. Therefore, we have to educate the people that beauty.
Isn't that too idealistic? I know, in a world where we're talking of artificial intelligence and having a having the computer and the brain interface, it's disgusting because you are breaking the laws of nature and you are taking on something that is artificial. You're creating artificial intelligence inside the human brain. Imagine what that would be. Isn't this too
We are not going to develop our own intelligence. Instead, we are developing artificial intelligence, and we are giving all our work to the other material things. So that is not the human nature. It is against the human nature. And the evolution, the process of evolution will come only when you use the organ. If you are not using your brain, then you will be mad.
You'll be redundant too. Your human civilization will slowly die.
Yes.
I have read an interview of yours where you say that Gandhi did not belong to any particular political party. Gandhi belonged to the masses. But at the same time, Gandhi aligned himself very closely to Nehru and the Indian National Congress movement at that point in time in colonial India.
Yeah, Gandhi never belongs to any government or any political. What I mean is Gandhi did not associate with any establishments. Even in Congress, Congress is an establishment, and he was the president of the Congress only once, and he resigned. Till his death, he was not even member of the Congress. He supported the Congress. That is a different issue. But being part of the establishment is not a thing for Gandhi. So he wanted to project the people's vision to the government. If government goes wrong, then it is his duty to organize the people to set their ball in motion, set right the injustice. Therefore, he never belongs to the government. Gandhi always belongs to the people. When government was formed, he has given to the Congress. Yes, Congress can rule the room. But he went to Navakali, where the problem was there. The communal riots was happened in Navakali. He was there. He was in Calcutta. He was in Bihar. Therefore, wherever the problems come, it's a question of justice comes. Then Gandhi was there. That means he was always with the people, not with the government.
I will ask you this question because I cannot but help. Do you see any world leader in the past or the last couple of decades who closely aligned with Gandhi's philosophy in ruling independent countries? Any leader who has really lived his life closely aligned with his philosophy, whether it's India or any other country? Do you think the world?
Recent people's movement happened in Europe or in other countries, other parts of the world. All the people's movement, they have taken Gandhi as a guiding force. They have carried the placard of Gandhi. They have taken the placard of Gandhi's sayings. That means they need Gandhi, not the authority. Authority is always aware of Gandhi's truth. Therefore, they are always want to keep away from Gandhi. Because establishment is the test for non-violence.
Very true. Anything else you would like to add?
See, when conflicts are necessary and conflicts are universal, you can't avoid conflicts. Conflicts started from our when we are born in this earth. But The civilization will be judged by the way you are settling all your disputes. If your method is barbaric, then your civilization will also be barbaric. If you are called yourself civilized, educated, then the solution should also be civilized. And in 21st century, and we are moving to 22nd century, and we are going for artificial intelligence. And is there any point of fight between Ukraine and Russia? How much resources are wasting ourselves? Can we produce a drop of petrol? But how much petrol tanks are fired by during the war with the Iran and Iraq? So therefore, we have to realize that this civilization, the human being, is a rare phenomenon.
Very true.
We have to preserve these wonderful human beings in this earth to grow. That is the message Gandhi wanted to tell. You are so precious. Your resources are so precious. Why you are wasting? Is it an intelligent way? When the whole world supports for a negotiation, why Ukraine and Russia are not coming together to sit on the table? Therefore, we have to be careful because we are not the end of our civilization. We are part of the civilization. We have to take that legacy to our future world.
Right.
And what message we are going to give to our children. Therefore, if you want to start any activities related to peace, it should be started with the children.
So what's the museum planning now? What's the National Gandhi Museum planning for this year, 2023? What are your plans?
Yes, we are planning many programs, and what we are doing now is inter-religious prayer for peace and non-violence, and it is a good demonstration for the world that all the religions can live together very peacefully, very happily. This demonstration, we are doing it in our museum, and this year we want to take it to the public. And we are going to have the interreligious interfaith prayer in the public places where we invite public to listen to all the religious prayer. See, I have also interacted with so many students, and recently we had a program, and we released books in 19 languages, Indian languages as well as foreign language, Gandhi's literature. And we have invited all the translators. And we also invited the students. There, I asked the translators of each language to speak on their own language. I may not understand, but I can listen to that beautiful language of others. The Tamil, Malayalam, Kashmiri, Urdu. Maybe in North, Hindi is far familiar. They might not have heard about the sound of the musical sound of Malayalam, the musical sound of Tamil. So we have to learn, we have to listen, we have to observe. We are so fast, we don't have time to listen to. We don't have time to interact with. We are very happy with the interaction with the computers, gadgets, which does not ask any question.